in Gambia, right? Gambia, I've never been there, but I imagine it must be nice. As you can see on the map, Gambia is inside Senegal. It's basically like Lesotho into South Africa. It's very sad because it's the same people, they speak the same language, same African languages, same people. They have cousins in there and nieces and nephews. But how did they become a different country? Because this Senegal was colonized by the French, and that Gambia by the British. So the British said, give us this. It's crazy. I mean, how is this a country? You must ask yourself. It's crazy. It's insane. You finish Gambia in one day from one side to the other. Now, anyway, in Gambia, something very, very drastic happened. A young girl, 3 years old, was mutilated. You know what I'm talking about? In a private side, they cut. I'm sure you heard about that. So she bled really, really bad, and she was unalived. And this is very sad because they took her to hospital, hoping that she will survive, and she did not survive. So Gambia is really in shock right now because of female. I'm not going to say because we get sanctioned when you talk about. I trust your capacity. If you say the word and YouTube sometimes sanctions you, and that's not good. The next video you might not see even the video. So let's try speaking code, and I'm sure you're going to understand. Okay, so the Gambian police announced in a statement released on August 11 unaliving of a 1-month-old baby. She was a 1 month. Yeah, I didn't even pay attention properly. 1 month old little baby. Okay, they cut. I'm going to use the word cut. And very, very sad. She bled. She was rushed to the hospital, Badung Hospital, where the baby was unalive. Now, my question is, if you think you got the knowledge, why do you rush them to hospital? And tell you must respect culture and tradition. This is tradition. It's been here for thousands of years. You can't change that. Now, why don't you use tradition to stop the damage? Why do you have to send the baby to a modern hospital if you believe in tradition so much? This is very sad because these type of things still happen nowadays. Yes. 2025, you still find a lot of it. A lot of it in Gambia. There's some of it in Ethiopia, in some other countries. Okay. Yes, people still get in Guinea. I believe in Pearl people. They do that. Beautiful women, but they do that. There are many reasons why they do that. Well, this is seen for many as a right, a passage to womanhood. Like you cannot become a woman before getting cut. You have to be cut to become a woman. And it's believed to preserve cultural identity and honor ancestors. That's how you honor ancestors. I mean, I like it about ancestors, but you gotta have some limit when it comes to ancestors. Oh, you're gonna go crazy thinking my ancestor doesn't want me to. My ancestor don't want me to be good. My ancestors are the reason why my things are not. Dude, you lazy. You don't work. Sorry, you don't study. That's why you don't have the job. Please, you don't have the qualification. You don't have the aptitude. It's nothing to do with the ancestors. Why don't ancestors make you brave? Look, people can believe what they believe. You have the right to do so. People can believe in trees. The tree doesn't make me stupid. The tree is because of the tree I don't make money. You gotta do what you have to do. If you believe your ancestors are doing things, then great. But you can't drop things within the hand of just ancestors. My ancestor want me to cut a little 6 month. That's how it sounds. I know. When it's your case, you go like, yeah, you can't talk like that. You don't understand. Well, for them, you can't understand either because they will tell you the ancestors say you must cut a little 6-month-old girl. Now, why is yours valid and this is not valid? That's the question. Number second reason, control of his female sexuality. So this practice is wrong. But they believe when they cut, they control the female urges. She doesn't want men like that. Now, why don't they want a woman to want men? Like, I'm feeling my body shaking, I need a man. It's because when the husband goes away, ideally, if he went to war or went to hunt, or went to look for things, and we're talking about years ago, she doesn't go to the neighbor for a quickie. Yeah, yeah. Isn't that selfish? Like, why would you marry somebody you have to control their urges? You're not married, my brother. You got a slave. Let them feed themselves. Go. Test out. I mean, that's the only way you test them. So they say it promotes virginity before marriages and fidelity after. I don't know how that promotes, but that's the practice. In some communities, an uncut girl is seen as impure and immoral. If you're not cut, you're not pure. You're not nice. There are crazy traditions out there. My brother, there are good traditions and crazy ones. I'm sorry. And I know it's a very fine line. It's a very difficult situation. Let's move to the next one. Family believe girls who undergo FGM are more desirable as wives. In some areas, girls are excluded from marriage if they are not cut. Hear that? So if you are not cut, the man doesn't want you. I mean, you hear stories. People say, people who've been cut say that they experience a lot of pain even when they have, intimacy. I mean, I'm sure the scarring tissue must still be there. Like when you, I can't even imagine So let's say family believes girls who don't undergo are excluded from marriage. I mean, this is not limited to Gambia. You see, Gambia is West Africa. If you go to East Africa, you find places where women want to have their whatever pulled down. That stuff, you know, they will pull it with some product until it comes down all the way to your knees. Then they say that's how desirable. No insults. Let me just respect that. I think that's the best way, but I don't think that is for everybody. If you enjoy it, congratulations. Good for you. People like different things. I mean, next one. Some mistakenly link FGM to Islam and other religion. You know, though FGM is not required by any major religion. Many religious leaders oppose it. So that goes without saying. Girls in families often feel forced to conform or risk being shamed. I mean, if your mother did it, your grandmother did this, you're most likely going to do the same, right? Yeah, even if you don't want it. It's very painful, it's sad. So, is this authorized in Gambia? Now, officially, it's banned. Officially, it's unlawful, but people still practice it. You know, there are some laws, the law is there, but they don't practice it. I mean, you go see some countries here, they say prostitution is illegal. You're going to go to jail. But you drive in the street, you see prostitutes walking, and I mean, I think it's just a provision to protect the government from legal claims and stuff. That's what it is. How do you feel about tradition, friends? I mean, we talk about keeping tradition. Tradition is beautiful, but is all tradition good? I'm just asking. Should we keep all the tradition alive because it's tradition? It's our identity. I mean, things change, concepts change. Certainly, for me, certain things can't change. Like respect your father, you gotta respect your dad, and elderism. Yeah, I mean, why would you not? But things like this, chopping people, I don't know. There's another country in Southern Africa, I believe in Malawi. They used to have a man who will test ride young girls first. Yes. So the guy will test ride the girls. After he's done that, then the girl becomes officially a woman. And I don't think this is for everybody, but in a very specific place. And then there was one of these people, after a while, they took him for blood test and he was positive to the thing, you know. Imagine, the man has been unclogging young girls, hundreds of them. He's positive to the 3 letters thing. Is that a good tradition? Oh, I must respect tradition. I think tradition must be selected very intelligently in accordance to things that make sense today in 2025. Do you agree or not? You know, from chopping women to pull that stuff, it creates problems. There are women that are experiencing disastrous situation, infections, smells because of that. It's crazy stuff. I mean, these are fantasies. It's not fantasies with real world damages and repercussions and pain and mental traumas. It's sad. I mean, I've seen a testimony of a woman in Europe, very angry at her mother. I mean, she went to Europe, did her life, she was doing good for herself, then brought her mother over. And when her mother came, she was crying and telling her, why did you let them do this to me? Why did you allow? She was very angry at her mom because when they did it, she was still a little girl. When she grew up, she was experiencing pain in the marriage, couldn't have intimacy with her husband because of being cut. She said to her mom, why did you allow them to do that? You are not better than them. And I can understand where she comes from. Or maybe the mom was under pressure. I mean, you're just a woman. In many African societies, a woman doesn't have much to say. No. I mean, there are some tribes here that people don't even want to let their daughters go get married. You know exactly what I'm talking about. In each country in Africa, there's a tribe where people from different tribes don't want to let the children, females, go get married because of the treatment they give to women. They don't respect women. They have no consideration for them. They must shut up and be in the kitchen. I know. You know I'm telling you the truth. What do you think? Should we continue this way because the ancestors? Or should we stop for a second and adjust? Let me know how you feel about this. Always a great pleasure. God bless.